It's Lori from Lollipop Paper and Ink. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Wednesday Lunchtime Live. If you are new to my videos and my lives, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can visit my blog for all my recent posts and specials and Stampin' Up! Promotions, and you can also see my classes and my clubs, and everything is there. But today it's all about our mini class, which is going to be featuring the Ornate Garden Suite, which consists of the Ornate Thanks and the Ornate Style stamp set and dies. Let me just check and make sure, just give it a once over, make sure I'm not, or just where I'm supposed to be. Come on, let me see. Nope, I'm not coming up yet. Let's see. Oh, come on. I've been on a roll lately, and I should just keep my fingers crossed that today works out okay. Oh, no, I don't see it coming up. Let me try one more thing. Oh, there I am. Okay, perfect. So I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'm not upside down. So I'm so happy. I look forward to these lunchtime lives, and I hope you do too. Okay, so, but before we start, I wanted to share the prize patrol from last week's video, last week's live, which was a whole stack of DSP. And so I have those here waiting for, I had 5 people that shared my video, which I truly appreciate. Nora Riley, Nilda Rivera, I believe, Vicki Kroger, Carol Busby, and Nancy Morgan. So thank you so much, ladies, for sharing. I do need Nilda's and Nancy's home address so I can mail these out to you. I have them all ready to go. There's about 40 pieces of 6x6 DSP in here. All that will be retiring next week when the new catalog comes out. So that was last week. This week, the prize patrol is 2 stamp sets. One is both of them are from Celebration. One is the Little Ladybug stamp set, and it's brand new. These were only available with the $300 host rewards. If you placed an order, your host order, and you were able to receive Stampin' Rewards, once you got to the 300 mark, you were able to get this. So I hope that you like it. I hope that you don't have it already. And the other one is this Happy Birthday to You stamp set. So these 2 will be going out to anyone who, well, we'll draw a name for everyone who shares the video for next week, between now and next week. What else did I want to show you before we start? Yes, I wanted to remind you about my color club. And this color club is, you can join up until June 1st. And then after that, I have to make the arrangements to try to place the order. So how that works is I need 5 people to join each club. And when you do, every month you get one of the colors, one of the 5 colors. So we were not able to be able to purchase the inks or the refills or the Stampin' Blends this, you know, with our pre-order, but we will be able to get them next week when the catalog goes live to everybody. So I just put in these. This is my favorite from last year's in color. Excuse me, Seaside Spray. So you would get a combo pack of. This is what you would get every month in one color. You would get a combo pack. Ooh, that should have been on better. Of Blends markers. You get an ink refill. You get a Stampin' pad. This is my little cheat sheet of the new colors. And of course, I had to write down the names of them because I keep wanting to call this Moonlight Mist, which it's a misty moonlight. But I swear there must have been a color called Moonlight Mist because I just can't get it out of my brain. So if I use that today, just forgive. Okay, so you would get that. You would get one of the ribbons that are all in the ink colors. you would get a full pack of cardstock in the ink color. So that comes with 24 pieces of cardstock in that, in the one color that is your color for that month. You also get, which I love these, these are card bases and envelopes. So you would get 2, because I used, you can see that I used some here for my little bin. So you would get, so the pack came with 2 each of each color. And so I used those. So you would get 2 of this, a card base and the matching envelope in all the beautiful new colors. You would also get 8 pieces of the DSP, which is the in color, the new 2020-2022 in color DSP. And you can see this has adorable prints on it too. So you would get 8 of those in your color. Also, one more thing, you would get, actually 2 more things, you would get 20 of these enamel dots that are in your color for that month. So, and also you get a free handmade card from me that features your color of the month. But I forgot to mention too that the, which one is it? The cinnamon cider, no, I'm wrong. The bumblebee color does not come in the blends markers. So that day, for that month, you would receive a pack of the flowers, the Memories and More flower card pack, which I meant to pull mine, but it's on the other side of the room. So, so that's the only one that does not come. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't come with the blends. So that is our. That's my color club. I started, it's best to start it, you know, when the catalog goes live, first out, but I will, if I had another group that got together, we could certainly start it at any time. That's good for you. That is $53, and that's with priority shipping back to you. It's the shipping and the tax to me getting it all together for you and getting it back out. If you are local and you can do a porch pickup, then it's you can just deduct $8. Okay, let's get on with our class for today. So these are my 3 cute little projects that I have for today. They're all done with the Ornate Style or Ornate Garden bundle suite, and that suite came with 2 bundles and beautiful, beautiful dies that it came with. The Ornate Thanks set has great sentiments for any kind of thank you that you want to say. And here's just You Made My Day, which you could use at absolutely any time. And this came with these dies. I don't need that. Beautiful floral. Well, actually, I can show you how pretty that came out. Beautiful floral dies, and this one is a border die where you can make the whole side of your paper just that die, and it cuts out the other side. So that's beautiful. We're going to use a little bit of that today. And the Ornate Style has a gorgeous images included in that one, and this has really, I mean, when they say ornate, they really mean ornate. These are very, very intricate dies. But they come, to me, you know, I'm more of a simple stamper, so I just played it down a little bit. And actually, this is the one I used for my club this month too. And I just used this die, and I used it on the card base so that, oh, excuse me, I didn't use this one, I used this one. And it was on the card base so that when you opened it, you could see, or even before you opened it, you could see the white from underneath there. Popping right out. So that was that worked out really well. So all right, let's do our first. We'll start with the simple one, and that is this one here. Mostly layering. You know, that's how we always start out. Now remember, these The PDFs are already on my blog. That was posted today. It was yes, it was posted early this morning, and so the PDF is there and the PDF has the project sheet. So the project sheet gives you the dimensions and it gives you all the supply list. So you can help yourself to that now. You can go download it, you can print it, whatever you want, and watch. If you do want to get the kits for these projects, then all you have to do is place a, let me just get this so I can think, a $35 order. That's why I like to use my grid paper behind it, so I can have a little bit of a place for my eyes to land. Okay, so let's stamp this before, and I always stamp before I get it layered up or adhered on, because if you make a boo-boo, you can always just restamp, and you don't have to be worrying about undoing all the adhesive that you just put on there. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up well. Since it is a big stamp, I'm going to I flip it over and use the ink from the top just to make sure that I can see. And I'm not sure about this Memento pad. I thought I re-inked it, but I had a little bit of an issue with it the other day. But I think that's okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to stamp that right on here. Let me just give it a little bit of extra cushion just to help with the impression. And I'm just going to put that down pretty much center. Okay, give that a good press. That's the Memento black ink onto Whisper White cardstock. And there you go. All right, I don't think we need that big block anymore. What I normally like to do, especially with the big blocks that do take up a lot of the ink, just give it a little wiggle on your scrap first before you put it on your chamois, just to kind of saves the chamois a little, because you're not having to, you're not releasing that much ink right onto it. Okay, so that's done for now. Now it's just about, let's layer this on here. What side am I on? Okay. And let's get you in there. Okay. All right. That's good to go. Okay, so now we can layer this on top here, and I just did that to break it up a little because it is a big white space, and I wanted to make sure that the sentiment would pop out a little bit. So actually, let's stamp the sentiment. Oh, I need my other stamp set. We're just going to go with the thanks. And that fits really nicely on the tailored punch. Okay, let's see if I have this one here. And this doesn't matter if it's crooked because I'm going to be punching it out anyway, cropping it with the punch. So it gives you a little leeway there. Just in case you mess up, you could always just angle it however you want. All right, I'm just going to put that in the middle. Okay. And let's give that a punch. This is the, see, it is a little crooked, so I can just work that out here. Make it a little, there. Okay. All right, that's scrap. We don't need that. And so let's just put this baby right on here. Let's see, which way do I want it to go? I think I do want it to go that way. And this goes right to the black, to the corners. So that is a 4-inch strip. And all the measurements will be on the project sheet. Okay, so we can put this onto the card base. We're almost done with this. And this stamp set, this whole suite is in the brand new catalog. And it was not in the old catalog or in the holiday catalog or the celebration catalog, but it was it was an early release. And so everyone was able to get the entire suite, which it was a great idea, because then everyone, you know, you needed a little something after that celebration catalog was out, the mini catalog, and before this new one comes, which it will be going live next week, next Wednesday afternoon, I believe. Well, I know it is. I think it's 12 Mountain Time, which is 2 o'clock here, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so the only thing I did here, and I tried it a few ways. I'm sorry that we had the black gems or the black rhinestones retire, because I used to love those, and I really use them a lot. So I wanted to make a black one, and I tried with a black marker. Yeah, I did try with a black, just a regular permanent marker, Sharpie, and that didn't work very well. And then I tried it with a black Stampin' Up marker, and that didn't work so great either. This one isn't perfect, but it will do the trick. Now, my only suggestion here is that you just let it dry for just a few minutes, because when I picked it up, I smudged the other one a little bit. So it does need a little bit more time to dry. The other one, when I used the Sharpie, I don't think that ever dried. So I got rid of that real quick. All right, I'm just going to put this aside, but we'll add those later. But we can pretty much be sure that they'll be nice and dry for next time. Okay, so our next card is this one, and this is so stinking sweet. That simple and sweet, and I just love it. I just love subtles and simple cards. So this is not a subtle, it's the soft suede, but it has a very soft hue to it. So I do, if I'm gonna go for a dark color, that's usually the one I go for. Okay, so where is my, here it is. Here's all my pieces. I didn't want you to have to watch me do this through the die cut, through the Big Shot, but you can see how pretty that is, and it's so delicate. And the die works great. It was really not much to have to push out some of those little dots, so I was happy about that. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this. I'm going to use the little daisy flower that we have here, and I'll put that right on my big one here. And that's what I like about this, it's just so simple. Okay, this inks up pretty well, so I don't want to press too hard. I want to make sure, try to get it as in the middle as I can, and remember not to rock and roll it, because then you're going to end up with the edges, and that's perfect. Okay, so we got that done. Now, while I'm here, I have my stamp pad open. I'm going to take a sentiment from the other, which is over here, and I'm going to take the You Made My Day. I mean, why not? If I could read it. Let's see, here it is. It's the one that seems like it's gotten the most use. All right, I think I'm gonna take, this is a little too big for my, I'm gonna get ink on my fingers. Okay. All right, so this is 4 inches. This is the measurement that I wanted. I don't remember how long this was, but it was 3 inches. So I'm going to put that on here. And again, I'm just going to trim this with my mini trimmer. But if I wanted to, if I was stamping right on here, what I would do is put it on my grid paper and then just to make sure and lift it up that way. But I have a little bit more leniency here doing it, as long as I can do it straight and not roll it. Okay, so I'm just going to put that here. I'm going to put it more towards the left so I have room for my little flower cut out there. Okay, here we go. That's it for that. And where's my trimmer? This is that little mini trimmer that we could get, and anyone could get it when they with their starter kit during celebration. So, and it comes out really handy for little trim jobs like this when you're just trying to trim off a label or something. All right, so let's do some layering. Alrighty, where's my snail? Okay. And there is, just heads up, there will be another starter kit promotion that's starting next week when the catalog goes live. And that will be, I believe, a new, your choice of, in addition to your $125 of product for $99, you get to choose an additional bundle, and that's any bundle, stamp set and punch, or stamp set and dies. So that's pretty cool. Just adds to a good deal all around. Okay, make sure I got all those. All right, I'm just going to pop this right here. Okay, and I'm going to use my, I hope I brought them, my little mini jobs, here they are, for the little tag, because I just don't know if it's going to show up underneath there. So we want to be sure that that doesn't show. Okay. And then I'm going to add on my, and I'm just going to like lean this up against here right until I feel a little bit of resistance, and that's where my dimensional was. Okay, so I have this little flower cut out, and I got this one from the Ornate Border Dies, and this is so cool because it comes in 3 different sizes. So it's just a lot easier. You can run through 3 at a time instead of having to just do one. And so I did one through with the So Saffron. And then I'm just going to, you can see it has a little bows, holes through it. So I'm just going to run my white baker's twine through one end. Hopefully get it all. Yep. I'll cut off the edge there. And then run it through the other side here and see if I can get that on the first shot. If the fingers work today. No, come on. I have to hold it up closer and closer every day. Let me see. I may have to cut it again. The holes are not that small where it won't go through. Let me give it another slice and try not to touch it. There we go. That was the ticket. Okay. So, you know my trick, what I always do when I want to tie a bow, because I don't trust myself, is I just put a little glue dot down. I usually put it on my adhesive. I think I'm going to put it on here so it doesn't pull up. And I'm just going to put that on top just so it gives me a little just a little flat surface that I can make my bow. Okay, come on. Oh boy, I cut my nails. I can't stand them. All right, let's get rid of that little rough part there. And if this is still pretty sticky, which it is, I can just use this and pop that right on here. And you could put it either on the cardstock or, oh, you don't want to put it there. You want to put it on the, either on the white or on the cardstock. Not half and half, Lori. Okay, let's give that a little zhuzh. And we're good to go. That is our second project. So simple, right? Okay, so let's go back and see if we can put those gems on here now without too much of a issue. Come on. Yeah, that was good. And I always like to use 3. Sometimes if I have to cover something up, I would use 5, but usually 3 would be fine. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's our 2 down. Alrighty, so our last one is a 3D project, which I love doing. They're so much fun. And this one is really super easy. And like all the others, all the measurements are on the project sheet. So what we're going to start off with this is, let me make some room here. Actually, while I'm here, let me just do the one stamping that we're going to do. Oh, actually, we're going to do a little bit more than one. So we're going to, I'm using Old Olive, and I'm going to use the thanks again, the thanks from that first one that we used, which I never took off. Okay, that's good. All right. So it's all clean. It's all on here, and I'm going to be trimming that also. So I'm not going to worry about getting it on super straight. It helps if you, for me, it helps if I want to just put it on the, you know, as far as I can, down to the bottom. Okay, that's good. And, oh, I wanted to do the daisy. So this little box that we're doing here is, it's just like it's called like a triangle box, you can see, and I'll show you how we made that to go in like that. But this would just be such a cute little favor or treat box for somebody, and you would just take the ribbon off. I'll show you one on the one that we're gonna make, but take the ribbon off, and then it opens up, and you have a nice little treat box. So cute, right? So I used my daisy punch and daisy stamp for that. So let's find that one. That's from the Daisy Lane stamp set and bundle. It was a bundle, but now you'll be able to get it. It is carrying over into the new catalog. You will be able to get it separately. So the punch is still there and the stamp set is still there. So I'm just gonna ink that up again in the Old Olive and put that on the corner there. Get rid of that inky stamp, and I think then that's it. Our stamping is done. So I took out my medium punch, and I'm going to just punch this guy out. That's why I put him into the corner there, so it would just be easier without too much trimming. Okay, now let me bring back my my little mini trimmer, and we'll just, so this stuff is just all ready to go when we're ready. All right, let's see, I'll put that up. I like it better down here, and this is where the blade is going to come down on, so I want it to be nice and flat with that stamp and nice and tight. And then I'm going to make a little banner for the back part of it anyway. Where's my good scissors? Okay, I squished that a little bit as I was taking it out, but okay, looks fine. All right, so I'm just going to take it that way, and to make my little flag banner, I just put a little right into the center, a slash right there, and then come to the corners and just meet it on both sides. There you go. Okay, so our daisy and our sentiment are all ready. Okay, so now we're going to start. What I have here is a piece of, this is crushed curry, and it is 8 inches by 2 inches, and this is DSP from the Ornate Garden, and that's actually what it's called, Ornate Garden DSP. So what we'll need to do first is to do some scoring. So I'm going to bring out my simply scored board, because that just makes all the difference in the world. And we're going to get rid of my mess here. Okay, so on the long side here, I'm going to score it at 2.5, 4.5, and 7. And that's it. Okay, we'll do the burnishing a little bit later. So here is my DSP, which I have cut at 3 by 3. And what I'm going to do, and the only thing you need to remember is this one does not matter, but if you have a directional DSP, you want to make sure that you're just starting on the same side as the other one, because you're only going to score this on 3 sides, and it's at the 1/2 inch mark on all 3 sides. Honestly, if you don't, I don't think it's a really big deal, but just in case. Okay, so this is a 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. All right, now, what we're going to do here is on the side that is not scored, and you can see these 3 sides are scored. So on the side that is not scored, you're going to come out and score it at about at 1.5 inches, but you're only going to go down to about 1 inch. So that's why I use my scoreboard here instead of the trimmer, because I wanted to just come back just to like the 1 inch mark. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm at 1.5, and I'm just going down to 1 inch. And on here too, I'm at 1.5, and I'm just going to go down to 1. Okay, now I don't need my board anymore, but I'm going to hold on to the stylus, because this is what we're going to do from here. And now we need a ruler, which I have right here. So it's a little hard to see here, but this is that last score line that was at 1.5 inches, and I went down 1 inch. So I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to just put it to the tip of that, the tip of where I came down here, and I'm going to line it up with the corner right here. Let me show you this. So this is the corner piece. So, and that's just how we're going to make that little triangle shape where it kind of just folds on into each other. Okay, and just do a nice score line that way. And, whoops, the bottom, not the top. Okay, and let's do the same thing to that one. Here's my 1.5 inch to one inch down, and I'm just going to score it here and here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and burnish all the sides. And we should use our bone folder, because it does help with the corners. Okay, both sides. And then we're just going to do a little bit of trimming. Not much. This is very little. And these are 3 by 3s. If you wanted to make this bigger, you could make it 6 by 6. And that would work out great. Alrighty. So now I'm going to come back, and I'm going to cut out these little boxes, these squares on the side. And I'm going to go in just a smidge on my tab. same thing on this side. We're going to go in on both ends, get rid of that square, and then just miter it a little bit on the side there. Okay. All right. Okie dokie. So now let's go back to our cardstock and we're going to do some burnishing on that. Make sure that's nice and tight. Okay, so now we're going to need some tear and tape, which I have over here. And I'm going to, this is how it's going to come together. You can see that this area here is the square and this area is the rectangle. So let's take it to the square, and I want that side showing out, so I want it to go this way. And we're going to just adhere that there. Same thing for this. I want that floral side going out, and that one is going to go there. Okay, so let's put some tear and tape on here. That one, that's a little more than I need, but that's okay. And this one, again, I put too much on there. Alrighty, so that's just to show you. So I'm just going to do this first, and then we can do the other sides. I just want to show you how it folds up nicely. Come on. So this is going to go right in there. Oh, I put it on the wrong side for this one. All right. That's okay. We can do it on this side now. So you always want to do it on the right side of the paper, because that's what's going to get tucked in. All right, let's try this again. Come on. Okay. That's better, right? And I'll just fold that over, that little piece that I just did too much on. Okay, and line that up there. Okay, so that's how it's all going to come together. And you can see this is where our little score lines will come into play. All right, so that's how it's going to come in. So what we need to do now is put some tear and tape on the ends here. And you can use Tombow, I think, because it's not going to be holding something super heavy. And we do have a new adhesive coming out in the new catalog. It's called Stampin' Seal, and then, which is regular based, but then there's a Stampin' Seal Plus or Super, something like that. I think it's Plus, that will kind of take the place of the tear and tape. So they say, but we'll see. All right, so let's take this off. What's the wrong one? Okay, so this is going to go up, and go this way. And you just want to square it up with the side here. Okay, and then we can do this one. See if I can get my nail to do it. No such luck. Okay. Alrighty, and then this is the same. Just square it up best you can. Just try to follow that seam there. Alright, and we'll do the same here. Okay, Oh, I just flattened it back out again. I had it and then I lost it. I can do both. All right. And then this is the same. You can see how I'm just following that score line there. And the last one is always the tough one to get in, but you can do it. There you go. Isn't that adorable? And so when you just press it in to fold the flap over, it just kind of makes that triangle itself. So you're good to go. All right, so the only thing I did here was I put my, my daisy here. And I didn't want to put it on the flap because you have to make sure you're going to put your ribbon around here. You want it to be able to open and not, you don't want to, I mean, you could put it up here or you could put it down there. So let's see, oh, that's a little one. We want a big one for this guy. Fits nicely right in the bottom, right in the center there. And I'm going to put that here. Now, I'm going to be careful because I want to make sure that the dimensional also can serve as a holder down for the flap for just with those little petals. I mean, you would still want to be gentle with them, but it just gives it a little bit of extra security to send that down there. Okay, that's cute. And then this I'm just going to put just right along the bottom. Right here. And the ribbon I used here was from the Ornate Garden. This is the ribbon combo pack, which it went on back order. I'm not really sure if it's back in or not. You know, it's a lot of delays and a lot of you know, which is how it has to be because Stampin' Up is doing the best they can with trying to keep their workers safe and their staff members safe and working from home. And so this just might be the new normal for a while. But there we go. I would suggest that if you get your wish list ready for next week, that you are ready to order because they are they're already forecasting delays and back orders because the stuff is so great and because, you know, it's going to be very popular. So if you want something, be sure to get it early. Okay, there are our 3 projects for our mini class. Remember, you can help yourself to the project sheet, and you can watch the video. I'll post this video later today onto that blog page too. So if you wanted to see again how we put these together, that would be great. If you want me to send you these kits, you just need to use this host code, place a $35 order, and I will send them to you next week by what is today? Well, I need it by. I need to have your order in with this host code by Friday night, so I could have the kits out to you Tuesday morning for these 3 projects. Okay? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you are watching live or watching on replay, I would certainly appreciate you sharing it. I do have the 2 Prize Patrol stamp sets that I'll give away next week. And if you're watching it on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe so you get to see next week. And if you hit that little bell, you'll be notified that when I come on next week. So I'll have all of the the products and the measurements are all listed on the blog, but I will have the link for my my Color Club, and also I'm doing a paper share, which is ongoing, so that there's no real time limit on that, but you should check out the blog and you can get all the information about that. Okay, so thank you again for spending some time with me today. So be sure to check out all that information and be ready to rock and roll when that catalog goes live. We'll probably be on next week before the catalog, because usually if I'm doing this at noon, that means that you know, we haven't been able to order yet. But get it all ready so that you are ready to, right out of the gate. All right, thank you again. I hope you have a great day. Please stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.